friends and sane person. Welcome to another episode of Wednesday Whimsy. My name is Kyle, and Wednesday Whimsy is a short show that I do every Wednesday evening where I talk about a board game, a card game, or top 10 list, or some other board game related topic, whatever happens to be on my mind at the time. Well, this week it is the last Wednesday of the quarter, the last Wednesday of September, so that means it is time for the show within a show, everyone's favorite Wednesday Whimsy subsegment, Quarterly Quountdown, where I talk about the top 5 new-to-me games that I played during the quarter. So this is from July 1st through September 30th. Played a lot of great games, actually. The Dice Tower Retreat was in there, and there were also just a lot of really fun, interesting games that came out. Some of them I've talked about on here. I'm just going to tell you really quickly what I thought about them, and many of them you can go see other larger shows, or not. Some of them are relatively new. We'll see what it comes out as, but let's get going with number 5. The first game in the series was called Aeon's End, and then came, I can't, for some reason, it always, the name of the other one always eludes me, but Guardian, well, there's another version. Anyway, so there was another version that eventually came out, and then there was this new version, which is the one that is on my list. And let me share here. Share screen. That is Invincible the Card Astronauts. That's the name of the other game. Is Astronauts. So Invincible the card game is basically Astronauts or Aeon's End, but with an invincible overlay. So instead of characters that you don't know about, these are characters that if you watched Invincible, you will know about. The artwork is from Invincible. I mean, I don't think it's stills from the show. I think it's actual artwork, but it's sort of characters that you'll recognize, villains that you'll recognize, heroes that you'll recognize, and it's a great way to experience this particular game system. I like it a lot. I liked it. I mean, I love Aeon's End. This is probably better just because I like the IP. So there you go. My number 5, new to me game, Invincible the card game. Oh, I was supposed to put that up here, wasn't I? There we go. Invincible the card game. All right, let's move on to number 4. I won't forget my banner this time. My number 4 is the game I talked about, I believe, on last week's episode of Wednesday Whimsy. We've already talked about it a lot. That is Luthier. Luthier is, of course, a heavier game but from the same designer and publishing house as the cocktail game, Distilled. I don't know, having lots of brain fades today. But it's a great game about making musical instruments, using them to satisfy your patrons and improving your fame and reputation. A lot of customization you can kind of do in there. You can get special workers with special abilities. You can, upgrade and focus on different things. There's a lot of things to explore here. I really enjoy Luthier, and it is the number 4 best new-to-me game I played this quarter. So there you go. Let's go on to number 3. All right, my number 3 is a weird game to talk about. This is a game. So this is the 3rd game in a series of 4. The game is called Perseverance. Perseverance: The Castaway Chronicles. The first one that came out came out in a set of 2 games, Perseverance 1 and 2, and I liked 1, but I really liked 2. I don't know what's going on with the computer today. Well, now 3 and 4 have shown up, and that completes the story. But also, this is it's 2 new games in sort of the same game system. So they have a lot of similar mechanisms, and they have a shared world. Basically, it's an island that you found yourself on, and there are dinosaurs, and you're using them to do different things. Well, Perseverance 3 is probably my favorite of the 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, this is the one I really liked. Now, I enjoyed number 4, just like I enjoyed number 1, but 2 and 3 are really where it's at for me. The fact that 4 comes in the same box as 3 is just a bonus. It's also a good game, and I really would love to sit down and play all 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row with the same people. There is supposedly a campaign expansion that you can sort of chain them together. I'm not sure how interesting that'll be, but I'd love to try it. I really like Perseverance. Oh well, there's a close up of a man on his phone. Um, but in this is the third scenario that's set up here. You're sort of going out into this world, and you're trying to explore these locations. And of course, they have dinosaurs on them. And you have to fight off the dinosaur and then capture it and then tame it, and you can use it then as another worker for you to place on future actions. It's got a lot of the same kind of mechanisms, but it's a little bit more free form than the other two. The first two, they had these scoring rounds that happened kind of artificially after you went through a certain number of turns. When you ran out of dice, you did a scoring round. This one, the scoring's a whole lot more natural, and I really like that because you're kind of going through, and it's going to be when you sort of activate certain areas a certain number of times, then you're going to stop and do a scoring. So it's going to be a little bit more flowing, and you've got a little bit more to pay attention to. You're also going out finding these temples, exploring them, and there's lots of fun dinosaurs to have experiences with. That's kind of the game. I really like it. I really like the system. I think it's kind of an underrated system. I don't know how much attention it gets, but it's also got a great solo mode. But Perseverance 3 is definitely my pick of the lot and the third best new to me game from this quarter. Let's go on to number 2. Problems aside, my number 2 is a game that I didn't even know what to expect with, but when it came, I was just enamored with it. This is a game I've talked about. I did an episode of Wednesday Whimsy on it a couple of months ago. This is a great game of asymmetry. The game is called Spooktacular from Level 99 Games, and it's a game where you are, I guess lightning struck this old movie theater during a schlocky B movie horror festival, and it brought all the movie monsters to life. And you're going to be a sort of movie or monster. Yeah, this is a little weird which one, but you're going around, you're trying to scare people, devour them, and get points. But sort of the twist here is that each of the 20 different monsters plays very differently. They're playing different games, and I was so blown away with how well that lovely asymmetry works here. It doesn't feel tacked on, but it also doesn't get complicated. This is a game I can play with just about anyone. The artwork's great too. The sort of effort that went into sort of creating these movies that don't really exist. It makes me wish that they did. So Spooktacular is just really a spectacular game, and a triumph in game design, and a great new to me experience from this last calendar quarter. So that's my number 2, Spooktacular. Let's go on to the number 1, assuming I can get there. For some reason, I don't know if it's the internet or the server or what's going on here, but it's being real difficult to get anything to load here. Anyway, my number 1, it was I think the best game I played at Dice Tower Retreat as well. My copy just arrived, so I'm excited to be playing it again. This was such a prize of a game for me. The game is Tag Team. Now, sort of two-player head-to-head games are catnip for me. Um, and this definitely is. You're going to take two characters and shuffle up their decks and just go at it. This is an auto battler game. I don't know why it's focusing on that pin. It's a cute pin. I know why, but it's you're going to take characters and you're going to shuffle up their decks together, and then you're going to flip over the cards one by one, and you're going to do the things that your cards say. And your goal ultimately is to knock your opponent down, one of your opponents, because each person has two characters, is to knock one of the opposing players down to 0 health. But the interesting sort of punch of the game is this auto battler nature, which is a term that I don't know that I really knew. I knew before this game, but it's not one that's really been in my lexicon for a long time. But basically what happens is, you sort of set the order of these cards, and then it never changes. You're just always flipping the top card. And the decision space in the game is that at the end of every round, after you've gone through the deck, you're going to draw 3 cards and pick just one, and then pick where in your deck it goes. So that gives you a little bit of control, but also a lot of uncertainty. And you're kind of learning what your opponent is doing as well, because their deck isn't ever changing. But the fun here is that all the characters are really different. They feel fresh and fun. And I've played with or against all of them, and I'm really looking forward to more. I'm looking forward to playing this game. If somebody were to come over right now, it would be the first thing I would offer. I really like this game. It fits nicely into the kinds of games I like generally, and it was definitely the best new to me game that I played this quarter. So there you have it. 5 great new to me games that I played this quarter. I played a lot of games in the sort of summer to July to September quarter of 2025. Looking at my stats, that was 822 games. So that's a lot. That's 822 plays of 121 games. What else do I have in here? I played Exhibition 20th Century for the first time. That was pretty good. Dante Inferno wasn't really new to me. I'd played it Dice Tower West a couple of years ago, but I got my own copy and played it. I played, Duel for Cardia was pretty good. There's just been a lot of really good games that have come out. I played a surprising amount of Secret Hitler with the kids from church. Just a lot of good games I've played. So that's it for the quarter. Those are the top 5 for me. Love to hear what your top 5 new to you games were this quarter. I'll be back, of course, at the end of the year talking about the top 5 games I play from October until the end of the year. I don't know what they'll be yet. I'm hoping for something amazing. But that's going to be where I end it here. I'll be back next week. We're going to be starting my top 100 pretty soon. I don't know if I'll start next week or the week after, but I've already done the list. So I think I'm ready to start sharing those with you. That's always going to be fun. Plus, I'll have other great games to talk about and other fun board game topics on Wednesday Whimsy. But until then, I will wish you safe travels, courage when you need it. Please join me again soon for another episode of Wednesday Whimsy. Bye-bye.